Have you ever opened a can of Pringles? Of course you have. That satisfying pop is the sound of snacking perfection. These aren't your average everyday potato chips. Oh no, regular chips are just sliced potatoes. They are chaotic. They are unpredictable. They live in a bag full of air and broken dreams. Pringles are different. They are uniform. They are stackable. They are an engineering marvel disguised as a snack food. They were designed from the ground up to solve the problems of greasy fingers and crushed chips. And that, my friends, is where our story begins. Now let's talk about what makes a Pringle a Pringle. It is not, legally speaking, a potato chip in some countries. Why? Because it doesn't start as a simple slice of potato. Instead, it begins its journey as a carefully selected list of ingredients. The star of the show is dehydrated potato flakes. Yes, dried potatoes. This is a very important distinction. Using flakes allows for incredible consistency. Every single Pringle can have the same texture and base flavor. It's about control. It's about taking the randomness out of the potato and building it back up, better than before. The main ingredients are simple yet effective. We start with those potato flakes. Then we add cornstarch, rice flour, and a little bit of wheat starch. This mixture of starches is crucial. It gives the final product its signature crunch and light texture. Think of it like making a cake. You need the right combination of flours to get the perfect crumb. Water is then added to bring everything together. And let's not forget a touch of fat and emulsifiers. These are the secret agents that ensure our dough is smooth, pliable, and ready for its transformation. The creation of the dough, or slurry as it's called in the industry, is a precise science. All those dry ingredients are carefully measured. They are poured into a giant mixer the size of a small car. Then the water is added. The machine whirs to life, blending everything into a smooth, consistent paste. It's not a dough you could knead by hand. It's much wetter. The goal here is uniformity. Every single drop of this slurry must have the exact same ratio of potato to water to starch. This industrial scale mixing ensures that the first Pringle off the line will be identical to the last. Once our slurry is perfectly mixed, it's time for the magic to happen. The mixture is ready to be transformed from a gloopy paste into a thin, continuous sheet. The slurry is pumped onto a large conveyor belt. It then passes under a massive roller called a sheeting roller. This heavy cylinder presses down with immense force. It flattens the slurry into a very thin, very wide ribbon of potato dough. We're talking paper thin here. This process has to be exact. If the sheet is too thick, the chips won't cook properly. If it's too thin, they will fall apart. Now we have a giant sheet of potato dough moving along a conveyor, but it doesn't look like Pringles yet. The next step is to cut out the iconic oval shape. A rotary cutter descends upon the moving sheet. This cutter is covered in oval-shaped molds. As it rolls over the dough, it stamps out hundreds of perfect ovals every second. The leftover dough, the bits in between the ovals, is not wasted. Oh no, that would be inefficient. It's carefully collected and sent right back to the beginning of the process to be mixed into a new batch of slurry. Here comes the part that gives Pringles their famous curve. The flat, wet ovals of dough are transferred onto a special kind of conveyor belt. This isn't just a flat belt. It's made of little curved molds, each one shaped like a saddle. As the ovals move onto this new belt, they gently drape over the molds. Gravity does most of the work here. The dough settles into the curved shape. This shape has a fancy name, a hyperbolic paraboloid, but you can just call it a saddle shape. It's what allows them to stack so perfectly later on. The journey on this curvy conveyor is a critical one. The chips need to hold this shape as they head toward the next stage cooking. The speed of the belt and the design of the molds are all calibrated with scientific precision. Each oval chip is now nestled in its own little saddle, ready for a hot bath. It's a beautiful ballet of food engineering. From a formless slurry, we now have thousands of identically shaped proto-Pringles, all marching in perfect formation toward their fiery, delicious destiny. It's a testament to how design can create order out of starchy chaos. With our chips perfectly shaped, it's time to cook them. The saddle-shaped conveyor belt moves them forward, dipping them into a long trough of hot cooking oil. This is the frying stage. The chips float through the hot oil for a very specific amount of time, usually just over 10 seconds. This quick hot fry is what makes them crispy and gives them their golden color. The oil is kept at a constant temperature to ensure every single chip is cooked to perfection. They are held in place by another belt from above, ensuring they stay submerged and keep their saddle shape. After their quick swim in the hot oil, The now crispy Pringles emerge on the other side. They are golden, they are crunchy, but they are also a bit greasy. Nobody likes a greasy chip, so the next step is a quick blast of hot air. As they continue on their conveyor journey, powerful blowers shoot air over them. This removes any excess oil from the surface of the chip. This step is vital for that clean, non-greasy feel you get when you eat a Pringle. It's a clever bit of engineering that makes the final product much more pleasant to handle and eat. Now we have a naked, cooked Pringle. It's crispy, but it's plain. It's time to give it some personality. It's time for seasoning. The golden chips move along the conveyor belt and enter what is essentially a flavor tumbler. Inside this machine, the chips are gently tossed as a fine powder of seasoning rains down from above. Whether it's sour cream and onion, cheddar cheese, or classic original, the seasoning is applied evenly. The slight amount of oil remaining on the chip's surface helps the seasoning stick perfectly. The application of flavor is a carefully controlled process. Nozzles spray the seasoning dust with remarkable accuracy. The amount of seasoning is measured down to the gram. This ensures that the flavor experience is consistent from chip to chip and can to can. Too much seasoning, and it's overpowering. Too little, and it's a disappointment. The goal is that perfect balance, a flavor that complements the potato crunch without overwhelming it. Once seasoned, our Pringles are finally complete. They are ready for the last leg of their journey. Our perfectly cooked and seasoned Pringles are almost at the end of their production line. But how do you get these uniquely shaped chips into that famous can? You can't just drop them in. They would break. They would be a mess. The solution is as clever as the chip itself. As the Pringles come out of the seasoning tumbler, they are funneled onto a vibrating conveyor. This gentle shaking encourages the saddle-shaped chips to align with each other. They begin to nestle together, forming long, neat stacks all on their own. A factory worker, or sometimes a robotic arm, gives these stacks a final inspection. They ensure the stack is straight and that there are no broken chips. Then these long columns of Pringles are carefully guided into the bottom of the iconic cardboard cans. A machine pushes the stack gently up into the tube. It's a perfect fit, thanks to the uniform shape of the chips. This is the moment the hyperbolic paraboloid shape truly shines. It allows for a dense, protective stack that minimizes breakage and reduces the amount of air in the package. Once the can is filled with its stack of chips, it's not quite ready for the shelf. The can moves along to the next station, where a foil seal is placed on top. This seal is heat sealed to the rim of the can. This is what creates that pop when you first open it. The seal locks in freshness and protects the chips from moisture and air, keeping them crispy for months. It's a guarantee of quality. Finally, the plastic lid is snapped on top of the foil seal, completing the package. And there you have it. From a simple potato slurry to a perfectly stacked can, the journey of a Pringle is a masterpiece of food science and mechanical engineering. The process is designed for consistency, efficiency, and to solve the fundamental problems of the common potato chip. The result is a snack that is recognizable worldwide, not just for its flavor, but for its unique shape and its clever packaging. The next time you pop open a can, take a moment to appreciate the incredible journey that each one of those chips has taken.